Oh, I'm live and I don't have any water. One step at a time. How's it going? My name is Andrew. You guys are the Ape Nation, the Meatballers, the Moon Gain. We are talking to you directly about morning news that you probably want to sleep in for. You probably want to be able to wake up, snooze up to your honey of any kind, right? You could be your own Valentine's, but I really hope you guys had a tremendous weekend. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week, albeit it's a national holiday, but you know, money never sleeps, so we want to be able to talk about money movements for the week of February 15th, which does not include today, because today you guys have off. But I want to say hello to all of you coming in. My name is Andrew. I am a data scientist here in Silicon Valley. This is Professor Meatball. He is a cute little Corgell graduate. He is a doctorate in data science. And you guys are Alejandro. Good morning. Tone. Boom. Good morning. Life of Medina. No power in Texas, but watching you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Leo says Meatball with a bunch of hearts. And then Woody says, will I be a millionaire? Woody, with the right mindset, we're going to get all of you to $1 million status one way or another. First thing I want to cover is that we have a glossary of stuff we want to be able to cover today. Mainly, we are going to talk about how exit strategies that are in talks for GME or AMC could actually initialize a squeeze in either direction. So we're going to talk about exactly what sharks are trying to do to push GME to the next step, as well as what Amazon and, as the title said, Amazon and Netflix are thinking about doing something to AMC. So you guys are going to get your tendies one way or another. Now, another step of the process is that make sure that everyone is doing their due diligence. We have a comprehensive list of the history of GME from the very beginning, and that is actually given by one of you guys, actually several of you. I want to shout out to, this is actually just my email right here. If you wanted to shout out a business email, you can shout it out to dataleaptech@gmail.com. Otherwise, you know, this is mainly for business, but if you guys want me to answer to your comments, the best way is to leave a question in the live chat, which I see a bunch of you are doing, saying hello, good morning, I appreciate that, but also going out and after the live stream is over, going down to the comments and leaving a comment there, or to any of the previous videos that I've had, over 140 plus videos now, and I thank you. Each one of them was a pleasure to work on. But this video goes out to Ben as well as Jerome, and it's about this. We have a Reddit post on WallStreetBets. I know. Everybody that's cool, or anybody that's worth it is on. Oh, sorry. This is on RGME. This is on RGME, the cooler, much less problematic new WallStreetBets, and it's a comprehensive compilation of all due diligence of GME. I was at the right place already. It goes reverse chronological order, so we want to stop at the very bottom. Let's see. I want to answer and make sure that you guys are being heard, making sure your live streams are being noticed. Lanson says, hey Andrew, my dogs are Bob and Max. What is your dog's name? Meatball? Love it. Diamond Hands for life, bud. Thanks for the swagger hookup. Hey, if you guys want some t-shirt swag, I have a link for you down below. I'm partnering with someone who is going to donate all of the profits for these t-shirt purchases that you guys make to GME. So there you go. I'm going to be sporting some of those in the near future videos as well. Kevin Kim says, never. Lloyd says, hi from France. Bonjour, s'il vous plaît. Woody says, yeah. Tara says, sup, man? Hope you're having a great day. I am. I'm having a much better day now. I get to talk to you guys. Christopher says 69,420, of course, and I'm really happy you guys brought me up to 6,900 subs over the weekend. I think that's a very appropriate number to get up to for Valentine's Day. Juan says, hola, still holding from Madrid, Spain. Well, good on... That's amazing. I love that you guys are coming from all different parts of Europe, Canada, and beyond. Your intuition says, hello, man. Symbol, 2 million Tuesday. 2 million Tuesday, that's what we're talking about. Morning, Andrew. Greetings from Mexico. What's up, Abel? Buenos dias. Alejandro says, oh, Tendy man, oh, Tendy man. Madrid, great city. Visca Barca, with a C with a little thing on underneath. Ben says, morning. Remind people to email AOC and Maxine Waters to load up their clips for proper hedge fund destruction. Hey, that's a really good shout out. Make sure to follow the news there for AOC fighting the good fight, fighting the meme fight. Ismail says, good morning. Andrew saw that GME in Germany was up a pretty good margin. Could that be a good sign for tomorrow? Lots of love and cuddles for Meatball. Thank you so much, Ismail. We're going to answer all those questions as we go down the line here. Mo says, good morning. I ordered a few t-shirts. Let's go. Let's get going. Get your 15% off your t-shirts. Make sure that you are going to smash, destroy, obliterate that like button first of all. But then right after that, we're going to work on hitting that subscribe button if you're new, and then hitting that link for getting your BlockFi link. $250 free in Bitcoin. I don't think you can get a better Valentine's Day gift to yourself than that. Almost done reading some of your comments. Love from Netherlands. Hello. What's up? I love the Netherlands. Christopher says UK. Lima, Peru. What's up, Lanson? Hello. God, I want to go to Peru. What do I mean by sharks invested in GameStop? Smiley face. Well, we're gonna find out just in a second. That part of the headline actually goes to a good supporter of the show. I would say friend. We've been talking on Discord. If you want to talk to me directly on Discord, that's the link down below. Join the free Discord. Join the Meatballer Nation. But also at the same time, that you guys can give me inspiration for future live streams and get your ideas shown and get you a shout out right here. Good morning, says B Diggs. Hello. Lucas says, hi from Germany. Rocket starting this week. I'm already getting my space boots on. And then what do I see tomorrow and the rest of the week playing out like? I'm seeing some dollar signs in the near future, some tendies in the near future. But first, let's start going off with this chronological order. So this, you see, 11th of February, we keep going down, 10th of February, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 2nd, 1st, 25th. All right. There's some of you have already mentioned that you want to see a whole chronological, like visual representation of what happened. And hey, if that's what you guys are looking for, I'm happy to do so. But I'm going to do a quick, brief comb through just in case you guys are not entirely in the know. If you guys are bag holders, but you're not 100% sure what all of the hubbub was to begin with, let us make sure that you guys know. As always, I'm going to make sure that my sound is okay. Happy to do so. Awesome. I'm happy to do so as well. So, chronological events pre-squeeze. Also, there is some pre-squeeze till 4th of February, which also I have up here. So first of all, let's make sure we talk about here. The 15th of January is the first step of this chronological order when Cramer was still on our side, shorts getting crushed. This is a small report, just briefly talking about how this man Cramer is getting the word out about GME shorts, and this is the very first time that it's getting into the mainstream. And he also gives a WallStreetBets shout out. It seems like he's no longer on our side, although with WallStreetBets being so divided, it's hard to tell which side we're actually talking about. This is also when WallStreetBets was fun. There was a big short squeeze trailer, including Cramer. So some people are using either deepfake technology or just a bit of fun parodic humor, and then starts kicking off with the next week. Hold on, let me make sure I'm catching up with some of your comments. Hello from England, says Michael McCormick. Good day, holding to the moon. Your friend from this side of the pond. Thank you for joining in. OG Lowe says, when AOC and Tump Jr. agree on something, you can be pretty certain it's about to get crazy. I think Mr. Tump has a lot to say about this. Doge, stop playing. Doge is the move. Doge is the move. I could have bought it 6.9 cents this past weekend. 5 tool breaks. You see the big development with Ford? They sold all their LiDAR investment with VLDR. Could they be looking to invest in MVIS now that MVIS made a huge progress on LiDAR? Huge stuff. You know what? Let's add that to the backlog. Let's make sure we talk about that before the live stream is out. You guys are asking about that shark. Let's actually just go straight over there. So you guys, this is my email again. Shout out for those of you who pointed out the compilation. But we have Dominic's, good friend of the show. Dominic's is going on to Market Beat, showing me the good stuff, pointing me out over the weekend that if we look on Market Beat, there are some real sharks investing in GME starting on the 8th
Past the 8th, we have just pretty big numbers. We have, if you guys are having trouble reading this, the shares held on this table is the very first number, then market value, percent of portfolio, quarterly exchange in shares, and an ownership in the company. We're looking for some big numbers here. From 2.8, we have a 13% shares in from BlackRock on 2.5. Okay, nothing too peculiar. But then when we're starting to move upwards, we see that Paradise Investment Management has put in 800,000 shares. We also see that Northern Trust Corps also has put in that sweet 830,000 shares. And then on the 12th, we see Senvest Management put in 5 million shares. It's $95 million value, and that's 4% of the portfolio. Right, so that's 7% ownership in the GME company. So we are starting to see movers put in a lot of their money into the GME bucket, so that we're not left behind holding the bags. We see a lot of people continuing on to push the GME envelope, and like I said, none of this is financial advice. If you go over here and check out the markets, there's that little floating sign right here. It's going to float all the way around, making sure that you guys remember, not financial advice. Everything, as always on all of my videos, is just my opinion or some due diligence that we're reading online. All right, so we got Alejandro says, does anyone see Robinhood allowing cryptos to be transferred at any point? I'd love to seek advantage of the $250 Bitcoin deal here. Robinhood buying cryptos is the same trouble with much of these brokers selling crypto. See, I wanted to buy crypto a long time. I bought some on SoFi. In fact, if you wanted $50 for free to invest in any stock, not just getting a free stock like WeBull is trying to give you, you could try and invest on SoFi. It's like a roving bank that I have almost all my money in. But not for long, because I'm going to start funneling all my money into BlockFi, which allows you to have your own wallet. It allows you to accrue interest on your investments, just like a real bank, but the interest rates are pretty darn generous, and especially since it's going to be in Bitcoin, the future of all money. $500,000, here we go. We are hitting the moon. We saw Bitcoin move a good amount this past weekend. It dipped all the way down to 46,920. In the 15th, so that was early yesterday, and then it's starting to climb back up. Now there was a creepy video, let's say the least, about the fact that Bitcoin was going to crash today. But that is from a YouTube creator. His name is escaping me. I'm gonna go look it up. What's his name? I'm subscribed to too many people now. It's getting harder and harder to remember. Well, I think he took down the video. Well, he had the video up that said Bitcoin was going to crash. Then the video got copyright striked. I'm not sure why. And then it's down. So one of the things to remember is that, well, actually, maybe he uploaded it before the weekend. Nope, I'm going to stop trying. Okay. Well, that's one of the things to consider, is that Bitcoin is the future. If you want your free $250 of Bitcoin, go ahead and check it out on the link above. As always, if you guys are just coming in, thank you for joining me. I'm trying to do regular live streams on the regular weekdays, but still providing you with short snippets of exactly what kind of technical analysis we are going to cover with these stocks. Now that we are talking about Ford and Microvision, those are going to be on the backlog as well. If you guys have more stocks to pitch, go ahead and go into the live chat and then start talking to me directly, and I'm going to answer you. Alex, wait, what happened? What did I miss? Well, we're talking about the entire chronological history of GME to make sure you guys are caught up. And again, if you guys are looking for a comprehensive visual representation, I'm happy to start working on that for a non-live stream video. Luke says, what is this? Luke's last name is BFJL. What does this mean? Do you think that this is? Do you think it will go back up again? That's a good question. The best way that I can say my confidence in GME has not shaken is that I am still holding, right? Still got my diamond hands, not going to give an inch. This is a lifelong investment, and that's why one of the things I want to make sure that you guys understand is do not invest more than you can comfortably risk. These are Wall Street bets, not Wall Street safe investments. Oh, Bubble says I am lagging today. Long investment, and that's why the things I want to make sure. I am lagging. Why am I lagging? Dun dun. Well, hopefully it goes away. Because yeah, no, you're right. I am lagging. Hopefully that stops happening. I'm gonna get an ice pack. Give me 10 seconds. Alrighty. Ice pack on. Let's get to it. Oh, someone already is talking about that LiDAR, the LiDAR stuff. Morgan, I'd have to wholeheartedly disagree on LiDAR being bad. Did you know Elon used LiDAR to train his self-driving? How did sharks buy GME? They don't even have jobs. They just swim around. You don't need money. That's just a made-up invention by humans. Sharks don't need money to do a hostile shark takeover. Let's see. So the 22nd of January is when we start having our first move. Make sure you are not helping shorts borrow your shares and short sell by opting out with your broker. So people are starting to share that message around as one of the first parts of this short squeeze. Some broker settings are default, so you have to change them yourself. 24 days ago, this is trying to explain each of the different brokers and how you are able to opt out of letting these hedge funds short your shares. So there's even N1 Finance on here. There's Robinhood, of course. There it is. There's their WeBull. There it is, right there on the very bottom. So that is step number 2. The 23rd of January, major surges were due to bulls buying and gamma squeeze as all call options become ITM. Now we can also follow the price of GME as these developments occur. Alejandro's just counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Dogo stream. I feel like my cryptos are completely hijacked by Robinhood. Yes, that's one of the bigger problems with as these developments. I need to make sure that my stream is okay. I've gotten faster internet just for this specific live stream career. Just keeping an eye on the stream. Anoop says, hey, the sharks did leave highly likely during the dip 2 weeks ago, right? Aren't the only ones holding still us retail? Well, that's something that the hedge fund wants us to believe, and yet, I was just searching over here. If you look at Market Beat, we see GME institutional ownership has still been moving, especially in the past few days, starting on the 8th. This is a link that I can drop you guys down so you can see for yourself. Good morning, all, says Alaska Mike. What's up, Alaska Mike? I like that name. We also have Coracelli's. I hate Robinhood so much. They cost people so much money. That is not a false statement at all. Well, so we're looking over here on WeBull, which you can get your own desktop app with the description link down below. You can look over here at GME. Slightly up after hours, just up slightly less than 1%. But we notice if we zoom out, we can go all the way back to the 23rd of January, which is where the current part of our story lies. January there. Oh, okay. This is too far. There we go. So the 23rd of January, we see that. Come on. So the 23rd was over the weekend. So the 22nd to 25th, there was a small rise that it was a rally that was resisted, and then it went back, but to a higher level of resistance. Blaine says, I did like how GME looked in after hours today. Those 5-minute candies
Candles were riding above 20 EMA. Tuesday should be interesting. 5 Tool Break says Elon stated that he thought they were too bulky and expensive. MVIS LiDAR is the size of an old school VHS movie, and cost is roughly 1K. So his comments are outdated. He did use LiDAR to gain a database. We got a lot of interesting LiDAR information. Risk will pay. What's the news? What's going on with GME, AMC? Fill us in. Let me make sure that you guys are filled in. Those of you who are just filing through, we have information from MarketBeat of institutions. I'm going to call them sharks in the beginning of this video, starting to invest into GME again. We have large shares, 5 million at a time, especially on the 12th. So this is very, very recent. We have Senvent Management LLC that now has 7% ownership in the company. We also have a couple of transactions, slightly less than 1 million shares, all basically after the 8th, and also we have this classic BlackRock one from the 5th. So that's the general GME update, but we still have some AMC updates. Actually, I don't want to give AMC the short staff here. Let's talk about whether or not Amazon or Netflix is going to try and acquire AMC in 2021. Here's your daily prescribed AMC break right here. Every week, Benzinga conducts a survey to collect sentiment on what traders are most excited about, interested in, or thinking about as they manage and build their personal portfolios. This week, we posed the following question to over 1,000 traders and investors regarding Amazon.com Inc., Netflix Inc., and AMC Entertainment Holdings. Over the next year, should Amazon or Netflix try to buy AMC? For starters, why might Amazon or Netflix look to purchase the ultra-depressed theater chain? You guys feel depressed? Come on, they're calling us ultra depressed. Alejandro says, "Great Packer, send me $25 of cryptos from your corrections." No crypto transactions directly in the comments. Those are reserved for super chats only. Ghost says, "I have an extra 30K to use and want to buy some shares. What should I get?" Well, as you should know, none of this is a financial advice. Oh, it's all the way hidden over here. But we are talking about how if you are a bag holder for AMC or GME, we have some hopium right here, your fresh dose of exactly what is some exit strategies that could actually trigger a squeeze. Our team reported in June 2020 how BofA securities analyst Nat Schindler said a theater buyout made sense, and Amazon may not be the only tech company interested. Schindler said Amazon and Netflix may be looking to take advantage of depressed theater valuations to follow the omni-channel blueprint of Amazon's buyout of grocery store chain Whole Foods. Anybody get your bougie food from Amazon now? Did you know that this is all just outsourced to Whole Foods nowadays? Alejandro says, "My bad." I'm just kidding. I was joking too. Tingle Goblin. What's up, Tingle? How far do you think the squeeze is going to go? Like I said in previous videos, theoretically, as a data scientist, the squeeze could be infinite, right? You could have the chain ripple effect if everyone holds and continues to pass barriers and barriers of resistance until you get to infinity money, right? This is how you create infinity money, actually. If you have this incredibly overshorted, hello, thank you for the super. Taha's back at it again. Morning meatball treat. Every super comes with a meatball treat. Meatball's excited for this. Here you go. Just a little pause. There you go, meatball. There you go. All right. I'm still waiting on the transfer from Robinhood to WeBull. Alejandro, let's go. If you haven't transferred your money from Robinhood to WeBull, what are you waiting for? Check out the WeBull link down below to get your 2 free stocks while you transfer. If they still have their promo going, you could get up to like 25, 65 free stocks just by transferring your portfolio over. That's what they want you to do. For market share context, AMC is not America's largest theater chain by locations in the world, but the locations in the U.S., but the largest in the world. What a weird sentence. That was hard to read.
Following the recent unheralded wave of retail investor interest in AMC and the Reddit rally and subsequent fall back to earth, it's high time to ask the question once again, does it make sense for Amazon or Netflix to make the move into the physical theater space? For starters, with AMC shares trading around $7 for a corresponding market cap of $2.32 billion, along with an enterprise value of $11.35 billion, this valuation is a pittance for either of the FANG tech giants. Amazon and Netflix, they are right in there with the A and the G. Look, we got back to FANG, and if I say FANG some more, YouTube might think this is a tech video. It can be said the financial risk to either Amazon or Netflix of an AMC M&A would be minimal at worst, with market caps of 1.69 trillion. There we go. And 244 billion respectively. This week's study found 44% of respondents saying Netflix AMC M&A would make sense in 2021. In what particular ways could Netflix leverage AMC? One respondent noted, in the midst of this pandemic, there's no doubt we live in a world where it seems most people want to have everything streamed at home, including the new films that come out in theaters. One idea is Netflix could operate AMC and a number of their new releases will go to theaters first, then a month or two later be on Netflix. That's not a bad business strategy. Viewers who miss going to the movies but are loyal fans of Netflix original films will get the best of both worlds in the event of a Netflix AMC M&A. Many respondents also believe that people will still be interested. Hold on. This is a little too zoomed in. There we go. People will still indeed want to go to the movies post-pandemic, families and couples most notably, and the ability to see Netflix exclusive movies on the big screen could be a serious draw for featured film buffs with pent-up demand. Next, 24% of respondents said Amazon should compete an M&A deal with AMC this year. Many traders and investors who participated in our study said Amazon could make admission to theaters available as a Prime Video option. Amazon chief Jeff Bezos announced in Thursday's fourth quarter earnings report that Amazon Prime membership has exceeded 150 million. So this is the part of the show where I try to switch up the message. Let's see. Still. Is GameStop, how about just what is happening in GameStop? Okay. Oh, that's right. I didn't say anything about data science. Ask data scientist. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got some comments. Let's go check it out. On the left side, we have Packer R. I'm still waiting. Yep, transfer from WeBull. Meatball needs a treat. I'll give my dog a treat too. Thank you. Ghost says, how short is AMC stock? Prior to the 9th, AMC short was 77%, and now it's like 18%. It's actually 15%. So it's significantly lower than everyone is expecting. John says, do you think this is going to happen this week? I wouldn't be too hopeful. However, stars are aligning with institutions starting to come back into play, which is exactly where GME was before all the retail investors started getting in. Hey Andrew, if you do market value divided by shares in the market beat report, the average price of institutional ownership is around $20. Oh, it's low. That's actually really good. A really good addition to that. Is the HCMC hype real? We should add that to the backlog. We can talk about that in a sec. Mike says, good morning, Meatball. Morning, Andrew. How's it going, Mike? 5 tool breaks. Is the infinite money even possible after hedge funds or shorts in general file for bankruptcy? Who carries the bill when the shorts physically can't pay? Well, shorts don't act in the same way as long positions do, right? They are going to be in a completely different situation when certain banks need to be bailed out. So that is something that legislation is starting to catch up on, which is why you should probably do as some of the live stream comments have told you. Go ahead and try to talk to AOC, try to talk to Maxine Waters and get get these people attention so that these hedge funds don't try and do this situation again. During the squeeze, as the squeeze was happening earlier in a couple of weeks ago, the mini squeeze, the institutions were still trying to short. They're trying to short at the very top. So that's something for you. They're ballsy. AC just, Meatball just makes my day. Meatball, did you hear that? People like to see you. I'm gonna make them bigger. There we go. Now you can see Meatball a little better. No press is bad press. There you go. When do the shorts expire? So some of these shorts can be penalized, right, with the failure to deliver fiasco, and that date would be the 19th, which is coming up very soon. However, some shorts don't have a due date. You could just continue to pay interest, millions of dollars of interest a day, if you want to continue putting down the ape army, the moon gain, which you guys are. But we're a little too smart. Our brains are a little too wrinkled on this. There's the stocks on RKT. We're gonna have a ton of stuff in the backlog here. Thank you, Jesse, for showing up. Check out his YouTube channel. He's really cool. WallStreetBets and StockTwits are pushing retail investors to purchase more AMC stock tomorrow under hashtag Tuesday 2 million for AMC. Have you seen this movement for retailers to purchase more AMC tomorrow? From you guys, this is a little bit of the first time that I've heard Tuesday 2 million. However, that is great. I am currently a bag holder for GME near the very top, but not for AMC. But I can get it now. Deep effing Value's hearing this week. What's my prediction on his hearing? I definitely can't comment on an ongoing hearing or an investigation, but this is something that we could definitely add to the backlog and talk about. What is Deep effing Value in trouble for, if he is in trouble at all, and how can this actually reverse Uno card onto the institutions and hedge funds themselves? Diversify Portfolio, please, everyone, please. Bart Mulder, a popular web store for tech in the Netherlands, might go to market this year, and I'm interested in buying their shares. What happens with the stock when it enters the market? Buy ASAP or wait? We can look at a recent IPO to see exactly what happens if you bought ASAP or waited. Of course, every IPO is a little different. You have to do your own research. Make myself a little smaller. Make myself tiny. And now let's take a look at Bumble, which just IPO'd. So what it IPO'd at, it was roughly in the 40s, I believe, and then right as it IPO'd, it bumped up to around 75. So if you bought around 75, you would be up $3, $4. It looks like it rose less than 5% up to 80, and then it met some resistance up here, and now it's starting to decline. Unlikely that it's going to drop all the way back down to the original IPO price on Tuesday, but that is one of the concerns, right? Is that IPO hype can be very costly, depending on how much you actually understand about what the product is about and about the conditions of the product. If you have some knowledge, you have the home field advantage, right? For living in the Netherlands, you understand that specific tech company very well. That is something that you can consider. All right, I've been holding GME. Hakeo says, I've been holding GME since $25 or so, and honestly regret not selling at the top. I have been keeping up with everything on GME, but part of me isn't hopeful. Can you explain the options? Bought at 800. Expires 319 for $25 million or so. The options are, and they continue to be, sell GME, paper hand, release your diamond hands into the world, have someone else take a crack at it. This is what a lot of retail investors have been doing. Unfortunately, that's just something that, as retail investors are, they have to continue following trends, right? It's FOMO. You are attracted to other much more lucrative, let's say, options out there. So that's something that we do want to be able to consider, is one of your options, right? You could pull out now. You could continue to hold, and there's, of course, the hashtag 2 million Tuesday. You can continue to buy. right? One of the first and most important parts is of the money that you have spent, none of it is a loss. In fact, you bought in at 20, so that means that you are going to be at the very least up 100%, right? You could have been up 1,000%, but it's too late to say could have, would have. The main point is if you can take the money that you've invested as a piece of the learning process, at the very least, you didn't buy at the very top, like some of us $250 bag holders right here. So for that, I think you have every right to say grats. Congratulations on being where you are at the very moment. If you need to pull out because you're supporting someone else, go ahead. If you want to stay in because you want to teach the hedge funds a lesson, have them continue paying millions of dollars in interest, and continue being part of the Ape Nation Diamond Handers, there you go. No matter what, you'll still be part of the Meatballer gang. Alejandro says, I'm always hesitant to buy right after an IPO. There you go. Good point. 5 Tool Break says, headed back to work. We'll catch up later. Check you later, 5 Tool Breaks. Thanks for joining. Cardi says, speaking of entering markets, there is a UK weed stock going live tomorrow. Reverse takeover of some Israeli medical weed company. London is said to become the weed capital for weed stocks in Europe. Canabo or something. Google it. It is not live yet. Canabo. Oh, that's interesting. We'll add that to the backlog. Is Bumble all about intercourse? No, possibly. I think it's the least intercoursey of the dating apps, but I don't know much about it. I think there's a friendship option. If you wanted to just find friends on Bumble, that's an option. Okay, let's keep talking about AMC. Finally, 32% of... Okay, hold on a second. Many traders and investors who participated in our study said Amazon could make admission to theaters available as a Prime Video option. Wouldn't that be cool? You have Amazon Prime, you just walk into a theater, walk into an Amazon store. You don't need to have anything else other than your membership. That'd be pretty cool. It's like a Costco for movies. Amazon chief Jeff Bezos, not anymore, announced in Thursday's fourth quarter earnings report that Amazon Prime membership has exceeded 150 million people. That's half of America. That's pretty big. So that's every Democrat or every Republican in America. Finally, 32% of traders and investors told us Amazon and Netflix should both avoid acquiring AMC in 2021. Well, those are the non-believers, right? Many respondents were adamant the theater business wasn't working financially before the pandemic, isn't working now, and won't work anytime in the near future. Another argument from traders and investors was that it's likely cheaper and just makes more sense from a marketing perspective for Netflix and Amazon to start a new theater company altogether than bothering to rescue AMC and their outstanding debt through an M&A deal. This survey was conducted by Bazinga, blah, 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 blah. Studies over 1,000 adults. Good study. I like statistics. One of the things that I will say is that it seems like there is a ton of buzz over exactly how AMC can be bailed out. But if 2 Million Tuesday pans out, then there's no reason for it to be bailed out, right? See? Yeah, these are big brains here. All right. That was our daily dose of AMC. Let's make sure that we still are answering your questions. When I hear diversify your portfolio, I hear buy GME at different price points. That's not, we didn't say that, but that's not a bad way to interpret it. Hey, Andrew, says Ghost. I've been keeping my eyes on Clubhouse, the new Clubhouse application on iPhone and Android. Once Clubhouse goes IPO, I think Clubhouse will be a great share to purchase. What do you think? I think so too. Where is my tiny iPhone SE? I have a tiny iPhone SE just so I can use Clubhouse. I haven't really spent a lot of time on Clubhouse yet. I was trying to integrate some, maybe like a famous Clubhouse speaker with a live stream. And then I think the founder of Dogecoin was on Clubhouse very recently. Couldn't swing that to happen. But I do think Clubhouse has tremendous potential. Not only because this is how most people communicate nowadays, but because they seem to capture a part of the market that isn't isn't directly captured by the discords of the world. Sometimes you'll see people's behavior, even though Facebook, for example, it might be the hub of people talking on text because everyone has a Facebook account. When you actually get back down to it, you are probably going to move off of Facebook to do a face call, right? If you want to do a FaceTime call, you're probably going to use Zoom, or you might use Discord. For some reason, people just want to move off of products that have the entire suite in order to try to use a product that has a couple more features, or perhaps just is better known for that type of technology. I think Clubhouse is going to own that piece of the market for sure. Oh boy. James Rudy says, good morning, both Andrew and Meatball. Good morning, James. I'm reaching out to you from a snowstorm here in Indiana. Oh no, stay safe. I have a question for you. I currently own 46 GME stocks and still holding. What's the difference between owning stocks going long and owning long shares? Advantages versus disadvantages. So having a long position is the same as owning a stock or having a stock. If you buy a stock at a certain price, you now own a piece of the company. So is said. So is the theoretical idea that you now have a piece of the shares. You're a stakeholder for the company, right? No matter how small the share is. However, that is all encompassing of having a long position, right? It's the opposite of having a short position. You don't have to have a long position for very long, but there are tax implications for selling a long position earlier than a fiscal year, right? If you hold a position for longer than a fiscal year, then it becomes something that can be taxed at a much lower rate, right? So that's what we want to be able to have. However, the main idea is that shorts make it a little more tricky to calculate how much your potential risk is, because the potential upside for a short is the inverse of a long position. For a long position, a stock can go up, infinity monies, and then you would have infinity monies. However, you can only lose however much money you put into the stock. You spend $50 on the stock, the company goes bankrupt, you've lost $50. On the other side, a short position, if the stock goes bankrupt, you've made whatever amount of money you sold the stock for when you shorted it. However, if the stock goes up to infinity monies, you've just lost infinity monies. So that's the trade-off of having a short. That's and also the disadvantages and the advantages. Anthony Markham says Unity U IPO'd at $52 in September, now $150. That's the tricky part of the market, right? We are currently in a very okay. Let's say this in a technical way. We are in 2 weeks of a market upswing, right? Which means dangerously that we could be in a bad shape if we continue down this path. A lot of people are saying that there's a bubble that's about to burst. They say that there is a crash or a recession or something that is about to happen. If you do want me to create a video about how to prepare you guys for that possibility in the near future, we can definitely talk about that. But be really careful with investing anything right now, because, for example, just in terms of tax purposes, let's say that you start investing, you realize you need to sell some stocks, either positions that you've held for less than a fiscal year just to be able to cover whatever expenses, or maybe you're trying to pull out. It becomes really dangerous to start playing with your money now when the market is so volatile. Of course, in terms of short-term gains, you could end up on top, but you'll never know when to pull out. Just like GameStop, right? Life is very much a GameStop sort of life. Ghost says, Andrew is the man. Well said about GME, bro. Good job. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sue says, could Castle Rock, Warner, AT&T be interested in AMC? AT&T is already in so much debt. Warner or Castle Rock, I don't have a lot of visibility on, but that is ultimately going to be the same questions that Amazon and Netflix are asking, right? Why would they bail out AMC if there is more incentive to just start off their own movie chain if they needed it, right? Maybe it's at a really big discount. Think about it as in terms of goodwill or in terms of a thrift store, right? Maybe AMC is just in like a primo location to be bought out. So far, it doesn't seem like it because of how much debt it has, but who knows, right? if they, and that's one last thing that I will mention, is that if they do get bought out at a like less than favorable price, that is something that is ultimately going to not be what we're looking for, which is just a catalyst for the squeeze to happen on AMC or GME, right? If they end up getting the short stick of an M&A deal, that actually might be bad for us. Same haze, says Thomas Truong. Same haze outside. It's kind of rainy. Did you end up averaging down on GME last week, or are you still chilling around 250 plus share range? That's a good question. I am indeed still chilling right there at the 250 plus range. It's just like my favorite place to be, my favorite place to hold these bags. I'm still up there. What are my thoughts about the BSQR charts? Ooh, let's add that to the backlog as well. BSQR. Sharks are buying. Hold. Which is the better buy, says Sue Marshall, do you think? 1 GME at $50 or 10 AMC at $5, looking to average down on both. If you're considering, so this is, once again, not financial advice, but if you're considering the fact that AMC has a couple of exit strategies, but doesn't seem like any of them are going to bite anytime soon, and it has 5 to 6 times less flow percentage in terms of the FINRA report that came out in terms of short interest, it seems like AMC is in a worse position, right? That said, who knows what will happen tomorrow with 2 Million Tuesday? If enough institutions get in behind that hashtag, then it might end up being the momentum that it needed. Remember, momentum when it comes to stocks is entirely based on perception. If people think GME is going to go crazy, then it actually ends up being a self-fulfilling loop. So that's in a lot of the videos that I put out. A small snippet of my live stream from earlier last week, by which I mean later last week, which I mean Friday, was about sentiment and how we have over here Swaggy Stocks to be able to track sentiment directly with how hype a specific stock is. For example, oh wow, GME is back to number 1 after a weekend of Tilray and Sundial. Where did Tilray go? Tilray is not even here anymore. But GameStop is number 1 again. Talking about it, you can't stop talking about it. Maybe I should change it back to Sharks by GameStop. Sharks by GameStop. Did Sharks buy GameStop this week? Thank you again for joining us. I know it's your Monday off. I know it's time for you to spend with your kids, to relax, to just sip on some delicious lemonade or GameStop juice. But I'm glad you guys are here with us. Check out all the negative sentiment on GameStop though. So last time I reported it, right? It was GameStop was really. Oh, this is Tesla. GameStop was really starting to lose momentum. This is exactly when I started reporting it. Down on the 10th of February, GameStop was just almost out of steam. And now it seems like over the weekend, especially since the Day of Love just happened, a lot more sentiment on GameStop. Seems like a large percent negative about GameStop has started to fluctuate up and down. So if you now this is just a case of the hardest lesson to learn is correlation causation. No, correlation is not causation, not even by a long shot. However, if you do start to think about how sentiment is correlated with a stock's rise and fall, we see that blue chip stocks like Apple do not really respond to sentiment very much because their momentum is entirely based on the company's performance, right? Apple is very technical when it comes to how much it can offer in terms of new products that come out, new sales deadlines, and KPIs that are trying to be hit, and it doesn't really swing up or down dependent on some crazy people from WallStreetBets. But now, if you consider that, let's say, where did Tilray go? Tilray is just off the map. Oh, cool. Tilray is still here. It's just not on the sentiment analysis anymore. But let's look at Sundial. All right, so Sundial is my classic example of how association can actually turn out in your favor. If you did buy Sundial with the first uptick in positive sentiment here, you would have rode the first elevator up here. If you bought in at the next tick in positive sentiment right here, you would have rode it all the way to the very top, right? As negative sentiment starts peaking out when Sundial starts losing momentum, that's a tricky part to remember, is that you will never know when to pull out, because sentiment starts diverging once the stock moons or blows up relatively from its other position. But that's something that we want to be able to see in GameStop, is that now we're starting to see sentiment start to pick up again. But remember that this is data from WallStreetBets, not from our GME, which is where all the real apes are in the current time. So let's see. Still talking about the comprehensive GME timeline. Life's like a box of GME, says AC. That's correct. Let's see. What am I talking about? Here we go. Terra Bad Gamer. What's up? Welcome back. So what effects do you think realistically all these big players jumping in will have on the coming weeks? And with the hearing on the 18th, would hedges not want to be squeaky clean, no foul play? Good question. That's a really good question. I would say that if we've learned anything from this series of what hedge funds can get away with, what we think we've pinned hedge funds on, and then what it turns out that they can just slip out of, is that I'm pretty sure institutions haven't really learned their lesson past try not to get caught next time, right? So as of right now, this is likely not high on their list of concerns, right? They are a formalized group of very organized people. So in that sense, this is a calculated risk on their half. Tilray dropped to $29. Big crash. Hold on Tilray. Tilray, what happened? Tilray pulled a GME really. Dropped all the way back down to when it started going off the charts. Hashtag Tuesday 2 million. Yes. Heather says, AMC averaged $11 a share, and I value the stock long-term to be at least $20 a share with the potential for a merge. It could be higher. I set my limit to $18 and $25 a share. Should I set my limits higher? Let's talk about limits. When you set a limit and you're for a stock that you're hoping to moon, this is essentially telling the Prisoner's Dilemma game that you're playing that at this level, I will defect. And if enough people defect, if enough people paper hand, suddenly you have no moon, right? You do not squeeze because too few people are actually holding. And when you have when you have an ample supply of stocks that shorters can buy to cover their shorts, suddenly that squeeze seems a lot less possible. So that's something to consider. My goal is to build up my portfolio for a small investment this year. Nice, Heather. Welcome to the game. Hopefully, we're going to provide you with as much information as possible. If you haven't had a chance yet, I think you guys should really check out that $250 free of BlockFi. It's entirely free money for you to start investing in the Bitcoin choo-choo moon wagon. But also, more importantly, I think you guys are going to really like hitting that like button, right, and hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys when you do, and that's why we are having this live stream here to talk directly to you guys. Oh, WallStreetBets is no longer being monitored by the same people. That's right. Can't join in, but I'm giving you a plus. Thank you, Live to Eat. Chronic Haze. Hold on a sec. Hedge funds offloading FTDs via XRT EDF. I have not heard anything about that. If you have any source or sauce, I would love to see that. Chronic Haze, WallStreetBets New and WallStreetBets Elite, etc. AMC, GME, AMC stock is where most apes are. WallStreetBets is fallen and full of hedge shills now. Mod debacle was not remedied. That's a good point. Remember that. Can you talk about the people that were paid $650 a week to spread bad sentiment on GME and in our GME and our Wall Street bets? If I just search that, will I find it? Hold on. Thank you for the super chat, Heather. That's a treat for me, Paul. Chum 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 chum. Good boy. And thank you, Heather. People that were paid $650 a week to spread Wall Street bets. If you have a link, I would like to see that. Stonks are bonkers and other lessons from the Reddit rebellion. What is this? Bloomberg. What is this Bloomberg article? Let's look at it, I guess. Bloomberg Business Week. Unless you guys can send me a source for the people that were getting paid $650, I'm gonna look at this one instead. Attendees fueled fever upended finance, albeit briefly, and left normies hugging index funds that serious money is still going long. There's been a rebellion in the stock market. In case you haven't noticed, the battle of GameStop, the stampede of the meme stocks, and the rage against Robinhood were as transfixing as the bursting of the dot-com bubble. Only this time, the action was focused on a handful of companies associated with 1990s culture, and this time everything was going up. Thanks to traders talking about it on social media, blah, blah, blah. This is, oh yeah, remember Build-A-Bear and Tootsie Roll? I think Tootsie Roll could have been a great meme stock. One money manager told Bloomberg News that GameStop was his most hated stock of all time. Also, a lot of well-compensated hedge fund managers lost huge sums because they'd been betting on the stocks mentioned above falling. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Instead, they came from the frequently profane Reddit message board WallStreetBets. We're getting called out. It has its own insider language. Stonks for stocks, tendies for gains, because chicken tenders are a reward for being good, because it's funny. I believe tendies are because it's short for $10. But Bloomberg does, I guess Bloomberg does their research. The idea is that pushing up a highly shorted stock, the Wall Street bet crowd can squeeze shorts into protecting themselves by buying the stock themselves, triggering a temporary upward spiral. Temporary? That's not how theoretically it works. Wall Street Bets campaign for GameStop gained speed early on with the investment case made by a poster named Deep Effing Value. There it is. Okay, let me make sure I'm reading some of your comments. Hey Andrew, thoughts about CCIV and the potential merger with Lucid Motors? Yeah, we've been talking about that in a sec. Let's make sure that we have that in the backlog. It's at the top of the dock. You have up. To the top of the dock, I have up. Oh, I mean this one. Let's look at it. Oh ho! Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dan. Did you take stream delay off? Did you take stream delay off? Do you guys feel like I'm not delayed as much? Night Cow, limit at $50 may not be a terrible idea. If AMC merges, I think it could reach that easy, but thinking since I have a small account that I should take my winning at $20. Heather, let's go. All right, the current rate of shelling is $650 a week. Not bad if you ask me. Hi, did you lose money on your GME trade? I can help you recoup your losses. We are looking to pay people to post negative sentiment and posts about selling GME on Wall Street Bets. Let me know if this interests you. Sure thing, I need the money. How does this work exactly? First of all, I'm a little sus that this is just the copy pasta people put in. They're just like, hello, would you like to make money? Our current rates are $15 per 1,000 word bearish DD on either of the subs. And 50 cents per bearish comment on others' posts or daily discussion. Wow, you have to write a 1,000-word essay for $15? That doesn't sound very fair. We administer payouts via Bitcoin at the end of the week. $15 does not sound really appealing. Yeah, exactly. I get more people. I get more when I title porn videos. What the hell? Keep in mind that it is really hard to make up good DD people believe in. Why do you value DD so much less than comments? Hello. There is not much DD that has not been said already, whereas comments have the appearance of a group-wide shift in sentiment. All right, fair point. How does it work? You are just monitoring me and giving me the money you owe me automatically? We suddenly have started to make bad English happen. Oh, hold on. There we go. Our algorithm searches your profile for comments on GME, WallStreetBets, and WallStreetBets new. Comments containing GME, GameStop, or comments under posts about GameStop that contain bearish sentiment keywords are flagged for compensation. All right. MVP, shilling the shills and posting the screens. Okay. Do we all think this is real? Do we think this is real? Oh, I reported shilling for 650 to the SEC. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, someone actually did it. Well, this still doesn't prove anything. I'm confused about more proof. Okay, well, there's plenty of proof. Okay, so we do agree that this is real. Tendies is actually from chicken tenders, comes from 4chan. Signed up for BlockFi now, depositing $225. Thanks, bro. What's up, Ghost? Thank you. If the rest of you want to get your free tendies, go ahead and click into BlockFi with put your crypto to work and all the other stuff. Blah blah blah. Tendies comes from Roaring Kitty. He used to eat tendies on his channel. They also can be for $10. WallStreetBets Lite. WallStreetBets Elite. Nah, it's not light. Complete your profile is successfully submitted. BlockFi is reviewing your profile. Thanks, Andrew. You're welcome, Ghost. Thank you for being you, for coming to these live streams, and for signing up. I love it. Bruno says this is interesting. On 4chan threads, some posters say they receive $15 for each reply they successfully bait and receive a base amount just for posting. I guess the market is getting saturated. Let's say. Okay, so let's do reverse, because I feel like we need to understand. It's from the 13th. Level 2 data shows at certain moments during trading days we may just be a few thousand shares away from hitting the high asks. Analysis of high asks popping up on bottom of order book. How much volume is left? Hail, fellow apes! Oh, this is a nice ape. Among the evidence that a squeeze is still game on, one of the most convincing ones are the screenshots of high price asks popping up at the bottom of the order book. I have dug through my screenshot archive and found 5 different screenshots that were posted here during last week. The idea is to identify how much ask volume is left before we would hit those high asks and whoosh. Since I am lazy ape and I just use supercomputer held in my hand, I won't repost these screenshots, but they should be identifiable via the ask amount at bottom. Okay. February 12th, unknown time, unconfirmed. 10,000 ask at bottom. Shares before high asks. Okay, interesting. Identifier empty asks at bottom. Now, what can we learn from this? At certain minutes during the day, we may be only a few thousand shares away from hitting the high asks. Caveat, one user has pointed out to me that there is something called the iceberg order. How I understand it, this means that there could be more shares from the same seller that refill slots when the previous ones are bought. Let's say one of the 100 volume asks gets bought, and then it gets refilled by another 100 volume from same seller until he runs dry. Action to exploit this. People with access to level 2 data could put in bigger order when they see high asks popping up to put pressure on the system and see if the high ask can be reached. The percent of asks greater than 100 volume supports that majority of retail is diamond handing. I'm assuming here that the most retail investors wouldn't hold even number of shares and sell off hundreds at once. Caveat, somebody had to point out that the brokers may collect multiple individuals asked into 100 increments, but then why are there odd and low numbers at all? Action to exploit this, the more people diamond hand, the higher the percent of asks greater than 100 volume should get, which would be indicated that we are putting more pressure on the supply. Good point. I like how there's a lot of interesting new DD on here. Let's see. Spanish John says, I gotta check out WallStreetBets Elite. I will, but is there something specific that I should look out for? Nightcal says, I want to get the point I can just invest in a big dividend pie. Sue Marshall, anti-Trump trolls rumored to have gotten $20 per 3 responses before the election. Oh, interesting. So there's really just a whole farm of people trying to farm these replies. Yes, a little nice hit from the confirmation bias. Boy. At least we are aware that we are falling into confirmation bias. Love this talk. Very interesting. Hashtag Sherlock Apes. Yes, Jillian. Yes. Yes. For Jillian's sake, everybody, go ahead. Smash those like buttons. Smash those subscribe buttons. And make sure to go ahead and go into the description to check out a link that will probably give you some free attendees down below. Let's see. Citadel has a long position on Tesla and will probably have to sell if it comes to liquidity when having to cover shorts or bail out hedge funds again. First off, 2 days ago, I am not a financial advisor and I do not give financial advice. These are purely my observations and opinions. So you are probably asking yourself, what do Tesla and GameStop have in common? If your answer is absolutely nothing, then you are half right. Tesla and GameStop are similar because their stock prices are not following fundamentals and are overvalued. Uh-oh. Before everyone gets up in arms about what I just said, I own Tesla and GameStop stock. So go away. In the past month, Tesla and GameStop stock prices have been suspiciously negatively correlated. If any you meat for brains don't understand what this means, it means that the stock prices move in opposite directions. That is until February 1 to the 12th, when the stock prices magically become positively correlated and crash in tandem. Okay, this is seeming to be a conspiracy theory so far. Denny says, I am anti-Trump, but I didn't get paid anything. Bummer. Could have bought more GME. Let's see. Denny says, oh, that's what Denny said. Ape Strunk says, Night Cow. Mohammed, what do you suspect is going to happen with GameStop in the near future? I suspect that we need to filter through what is literally just a conspiracy and what is possibly this post, and then what is actually data, such as sharks moving into GameStop starting on the 8th into the 12th, because that is actually something that would change GameStop's outlook overall. Let's see. In anticipation with the upcoming mass short covering, along with some shorts actually covering, hedge funds begin to liquidate Tesla shares. This increases GameStop's stock price by 107% and decreases Tesla's stock price by 1%. Shorts partially covering. Yeah, I remember this. So the shorts get partially covered in the 25th. Right. To cover their positions, hedge funds sell Tesla, their most overvalued asset, as damage control for their massive loss on GameStop. This increases GameStop's price by 330% and decreases Tesla's stock price by 10%. Okay. The reckoning. So, okay, so this is what happens to, is this GameStop or Tesla? No, this is GameStop. I will remember this shape. I will get this shape tattooed if it ever moons, because this shape is the bimodal Monument Valley shape. So why do GameStop and Tesla shares finally show positive correlation? With a short sale, you sell the stock at whatever price, hoping it go down in the future so you buy it back and return it to the broker for a profit. In this case, hedge funds have been shorting GameStop and then using the money from this short sale to short sell GameStop again. Somewhere along the line, the hedge funds started to get worried. What if retail investors and institutions don't sell? This is where the sudden cliff in the Tesla chart and stabilization of GameStop's share price at $50 come in. In anticipation of another mass covering, hedge funds again liquidate their most overvalued asset, crashing Tesla's stock price. Oh, okay, so that's the last couple days. In my opinion, this is not a coincidence. Tesla is a great company and will live up to its current valuation someday, but as of right now, it's a $1 trillion company that only sells $500,000 cars. 500,000 cars. As a hedge fund manager scrambling for cash and liquidity, their positions in Tesla, which have reaped amazing returns over the past year, are primed for selling. The uncanny correlation of price movements between GameStop and Tesla shows that someone is selling Tesla at the same time in which GameStop is being bought, or in this case, forced to be bought. And this is some proof that Citadel has a stake in Tesla. This is solid DD. Looking forward to more of your stuff. So Elon should be hedging by dumping $1 billion into GME. Got it. Come on, Elon, you could have helped us out here. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Hold on. Beeslick, welcome to the party. So a lot of you said 8:30. That's why I tried to live stream at 8:30. If you want me to live stream a little later, that's up to you guys. But I'm sure the reason why we don't have our solid 420 crowd as we usually do is because it's the Monday vacation. I'm okay with that. Paul says CEO Taylor Roncancio has 30,000 plus shares. Believes GME will go back to $1,000. Oh, Quantum Vest. Cool. Thank you. El Rene says, if I'm being honest, Andrew, I probably just tuned in for the confirmation bias, but your calming, soothing voice makes diamond handing on this sinking poop pile that is much more enjoyable. Thank you, El Rene. El Rene the 13th. Not financial advice. GME now new value $40 to $60. That's true. GME has been hovering around there. The only Bed Bath and Beyond. Only Bed Bath & Beyond, Tesla, and GME are the only squeezes. Tomorrow's looking good, says Night Cow. Bruno, you read the post, a comprehensive compilation of all the due diligence from 2 days ago? Yeah, we're reading that right now. Spanish John, AMC to boom this week. Check WallStreetBets Elite. All right, fine, I will. I have to. If you say something 3 times in the chat, of course I have to. WallStreetBets Elite. All right. What's here? This better be amazing. I better, ooh, there's a cow and a bull. Sorry, there's a bull and a bear. What am I looking for here? There's not even a DD filter. Let's just look at top. Oop. Okay. So there's some AMC memes. Let's look at top from this week. Who's still holding AMC? Ape strong together. Hold. Where is the DD? Oh, here we go. Oh. Discussion. Wow. This person got to post their YouTube video. Why can't I? Wait, actually, maybe I'll be able to. 10 views. Excellent. Let's see. All right, what am I supposed to do here? Will I am. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Andrew, love your work. I feel those 2 SPACs are undervalued compared to others. Can you check? CFII merging with views.com and FII. Sure thing. Thank you for the super. Every super comes with some treats from Meatball. Here you go. All right, let's not go crazy. All right. You dropped one. Here you go. Okay. So let's look at CFII and FII. CF Finance Acqui. Look at some news first. View Smart Windows generated blah, blah, blah. CF Finance Acquisition Core 2 says appointed Alice Chan as Chief Financial Advisor. Okay, interesting. They're making moves. So what we can look at here, let's look at, make sure that we have a good understanding of what we're seeing. So this is WeBull. If you guys wanted to use this for your own technical analysis, you are free to. There's a link in the description below that gets you 2 free stocks in WeBull. And you get to use the tool for free. But what we're looking at here is a relative strength index. So we have RSI at the very bottom, and then we have the actual price of the stock up on top. We want to see that when there are rallies in this specific direction, we are looking to see whether or not it falls or it continues to have different barriers of resistance. We see that this rally goes all the way to the top. The RSI is not following along compared to when the RSI was higher at the first time it reached its first high at 11. It tries to break out from 1120, it tries to break out into 1140. RSI is very weak at this rate, so then it starts to build, dripping, drip. RSI doesn't actually dip below 30, but when it does have a bit of resurgence, it doesn't really make a strong move one way or another. I would say right now that this is probably a hold stock. Let me just float the not a financial advisor token around. This is likely going to be a stock that is not going to see major movements just based on the price fluctuation and the relative strength. But its news is in a positive. We do have some positive news here. And I actually do want to read this Market Watch article about smart windows. They generate 68% higher passenger satisfaction at the airport. God, I do love having nice smart windows. View smart windows use artificial intelligence and machine learning to optimize the amount of natural light in the terminal while minimizing heat and glare. That is huge, actually, because being able to control how much light goes into like a building, but then also like comfortably and efficiently heat it and keeping it nice and comfortable for everyone, like that is something that people overestimate a ton. Interior decorating goes in and out of style, right? But a nice air-conditioned room and a heated room will never change. Michael Nunya says, "Show us the stocks you're holding, please. I can't wait for your videos." Oh yeah, I should have a whole video about my portfolio. I'm gonna set it up soon. Most of my stocks still need to be transferred from Robinhood to WeBull, so that's something that I have to do alongside with you guys. AMC to boom this week. Let's show us. Show us the boom. Hashtag 2 million Tuesday. Excuse me. My goodness. Beaslix says my investment in AMC allowed me to get 2 more GME. Nice. XRP, bro. What are my thoughts? My XRP thoughts are pretty out there. Let's look at XRP. There is a bubble, but equities will rise further. Bitcoin, 3 reasons why Bitcoin just fell by $3,000. That's from 6 hours ago. Bitcoin and Ripple's XRP, weekly technical analysis. It's not a lot of XRP specific news. They're all like kind of bundled together with the other cryptocurrency news. I imagine that XRP is going to be a hold play as well. Its RSI does go a little bit above 70 from time to time here. This is what I'm looking at. With XRP, it seems to be bullish, but maybe that was just momentum from a few weeks ago. As of right now, its RSI is steadily in the middling. So I would say if you're in it, hold. Not financial advice, but if you're in it, I would hold. And if you are trying to get into it, now is probably not the best time. Now, if you actually look at Bitcoin in comparison, there were clear indicators that it was going to continue moving up around the weekend. But it's actually been solidly in between 30 and 70 RSI. Of course, this is not counting last Monday when Tesla put in $1.5 billion. Sometimes you just can't expect those things. Papa Elon coming in and rescuing Bitcoin. Not like Bitcoin needed rescuing like GME and AMC did. Elon really put the wrong money in the wrong pile. What's up, Andrew Mo? Hey, he knows nothing. King of the North. Welcome, welcome. Architect's dream. That's awesome. Yeah, that is an architect's dream. We were talking about smart windows in just a second ago. The transfer from Robinhood to Powder, and I can't get more AMC for 2 million Tuesday. Oh no. Well, you can always change your WeBull like profile type. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but you could. I think I'm starting to lag. Am I starting to lag? Let me check. I'm starting to lag, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you guys with this stream. I'm going to figure out what my Wi-Fi is going on, but I really hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day. First of all. Second of all, I really hope that Meatball and I brought a little bit of
joy to your lives. I really appreciate all the time that we spent together. If you guys did have a question, make sure to go to any of my videos and ask me a question. Sometimes it doesn't have to do anything with the videos, but I will make sure I answer each of those comments. Give me a couple days to make sure that I can get to them. And I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day. For now, but not for forever. Peace.